Good evening, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2025. At this time, I ask that you please rise and remain standing for the presentation of colors by our Nashua Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard, followed by the national anthem performed by senior members of the Nashua North Chorus. Will members of the chorus please join me at the stage? Please be seated. Thank you to our Nashua North, JRTC Color Guard, and Chorus students for a wonderful job. Welcome everyone to the commencement exercises for the class of 2025. My name is Nate Burns, and I'm the proud principal of Nashua High School North. Today is a very special day for our graduates, for their families, and for this community. Thank you all for being here to share in this ceremony to honor this incredible class. I would now like to introduce our distinguished guests. Board of Ed President Jennifer Bishop. Board of Ed members Shawanda Daniels-Williams, Sharon Giglio, Rob Johnson, Reagan Lamphere, Kristen Prinn, and Heather Raymond. From our central office, Superintendent Dr. Mario Andrade, Assistant Superintendent Matthew Posca, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Jennifer Scarpati. I would also like to remember members of our school community who are celebrating with us today. Assistant Principals Jonathan Massey, Katie Kloss, and Andrew Conrad. Director of School Counseling Kate Marcotte. Our instructional leader Leslie Anton. And finally, a special thank you to the Nashua North Administrative Assistants Christine Blaze, Mary Caterino, Kim Gustafson, Jean Inzerillo, and Allison Lynn for their behind-the-scenes work to make today possible. We also recognize the leadership of our senior class officers. President Darius Smith, Vice President Madeline Zellers, Secretary Lucy Huang, and Treasurer Julia Saucier. Today's student speaker is Selena Zoe, and the faculty speaker is Mr. James Graham. Our senior class advisors, MJ Flanagan and Rachel Lively, have worked closely with this class throughout the year. Thank you so much. And joining our graduates on the field today, the faculty and staff of Nashua High School North. I would also like to take a moment to thank all of those in attendance today to share in this ceremony for our students. Your support and dedication is greatly appreciated. Our music today is performed by the outstanding band students under the direction of Kristen Olson. Thank you for sharing your talent with us. And finally, the reason we are all here today, I am honored to introduce the Nashua High School North class of 2025. And at this time, I'd like to recognize the members of the class of 2025 who plan to serve our country in the military. Will those students please stand so we may express our gratitude. Thank you. Good evening, esteemed faculty, honored guests, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. It is an honor and privilege to stand here before you today to celebrate the incredible accomplishments of the class of 2025. I applaud each and every one of you for your hard work, dedication, and determination that have brought you to this very moment. As you prepare to move forward with whatever path you choose, I want to remind you that today is not just a finish line, but a new beginning. Class of 2025, your journey through high school has been defined by change, resilience, and growth. You ended middle school wearing masks, attending classes on Zoom, and living with uncertainty. By the time you stepped into high school, the world was still rebuilding. You didn't just return to normal. You learned to navigate a new reality, you adapted, you pushed forward, and in doing so, you shaped what high school could look like. You showed us all that you were not afraid to embrace challenges. You continued to support your classmates in Titan territory, sing in the chorus, perform in band concerts, dance, act, build robots, compete on fields and courts, and lead through clubs and organizations that strengthened our school community. Of course, being a graduate today, being a Titan, isn't defined by how many activities you joined. Simply showing up, doing the work, and moving forward. That too is strength. That too is success. You laughed, you persevered, and yes, you made TikToks in the hallways. But above all, you found your voice. You've advocated for yourselves and for others. You have shown compassion, leadership, and an understanding that success isn't just measured by a GPA or a trophy, but by the impact that you have on people around you. As you look ahead to the future, I ask that you remember these words from the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr. You have a choice. You can be affected by the world, or you can affect the world. Say yes to kindness. Say yes to hard work. Say yes to taking risks. Say yes to being someone others can count on, and say yes to yourself. There will be moments of doubt, of uncertainty, of failure, but remember, the resilience you've already shown is your superpower. On behalf of every teacher, counselor, coach, and staff member here at North, I want to thank you for the laughs, the lessons, and the memories. I know that we are proud of you, that we believe in you, and that we'll be cheering for you wherever it takes you in life. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you for the impact you've made on this school, and remember that you bleed blue and you will always be a Titan. And now, please welcome the class of 2025 student speaker, Selena Zoe.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Selena Zoe, and I'm truly honored to be standing here before you today. So look at all of you, my classmates, teachers, families, and friends. I feel a mix of pride, nostalgia, and maybe a little disbelief. What made it to this moment, graduation day, the final to a four-year journey that somehow felt both endless and way too short. If these past 4 years had a soundtrack, each album would capture something only we will understand. The class of 2025 soundtrack is an album I'd like to share to each one of you guys tonight. I call the first track in the album Freshman Frenzy. Any flashbacks? Half of us didn't know how to adapt to a new environment, coming out fresh from remote learning, still reeling from middle school experience that basically ended halfway through 7th grade. The other half, watching fights in the hallway like it was a pay-per-view. It was chaotic, loud, unpredictable, but even in the middle of all that mess, something started to shift. We began to grow together. We knew each other's names, stood up for one another, and found our places. We started becoming a North community. A little messy, sure, but authentic. Track 3, Mr. Burns Marathon Madness. Every year we watch our principal, Mr. Burns, lace up those sneakers and run a marathon like it was a casual jog. You know, no big deal, just 26.2 miles before breakfast. But it wasn't about the running, it was the way he showed up, year after year, with consistency, discipline, and this quiet determination that spoke louder than any morning announcements. And somehow, it rubbed off on us. He reminded us that even when things felt long, exhausting, or uphill, you keep going. That success isn't always loud or flashy. Sometimes, it looks like showing up every day, running through your own personal race, even when no one's cheering. Through him, we learned to move, not just physically, but more mentally. To push through stress, to keep studying when we felt like giving up, to keep caring when we're tired, and to go further than we thought we could. This is a message I want the class of 2025 to bring in their next adventure. Track 6, the Aspen attack. Oh yes, remember. Aspen went down, and for one brief shining moment, it was like the academic apocalypse. No grades, no attendance, total confusion, and a weird sense of freedom. It was chaos, but it was hilarious, a shared moment none of us will forget. Track 8, Pep Rally Pause. After weeks of preparation and sudden cancellation, we finally held our first pep rally after the pandemic on January 2025. The pep rally wasn't perfect. There was a few trips and falls, the bleachers were way too crammed, and half of us didn't know the chants. But still, we all showed up. What started out something kind of loud and kind of awkward turned into one of the few times the whole school actually felt like one community. We were just titans. There's something I'm watching classmates we've only ever seen in class, suddenly dancing, performing, or leading the crowd. And for a few minutes, no one cared who was cool. We're quiet, we're stressed about finals. We just cheered because it felt good to be proud of where we were and who we're with. It was in movies, but it was real, and maybe that made it better. And now, the final track, Caps in the Air. This one's playing right now. It's the sound of endings and beginnings, the slow fade of one chapter, and the quiet starts of another. It's a shuffle of gowns, the flutter of nerves, the moment your name is called and your feet carry you across the stage you've been walking toward for years. It's a realization that all of it, every hallway conversation, every group project, every morning you barely made it out the door, led here. And when the cap goes flying, that's more than just tradition. That's us, letting go of everything we feared might hold us back. That's us, throwing up all the memories, good, bad, weird, and watching them hang in the air like they belong to something bigger. It's a celebration. It's a release. It's a proof that we made through something hard and did it together. And even though this track ends, the music doesn't stop. It just made something new, something we get to write ourselves. If I could write a letter to my freshman self, the younger me who thought high school was going to be simple and smooth, I'll say, Dear freshman me, you don't know it yet, but you're about to be challenged, inspired, and changed. You'll struggle sometimes, you'll feel lost, and then found in North's diverse community. You'll lose people, gain people, and learn that both are part of growing up. Don't worry about always being perfect, just be present, be kind, be brave. And yes, you're gonna trip off the stairs at least once, just laugh it off. Everyone does. Most of all, trust that you'll find your way, you always do. That letter isn't just for me, it's for all of us. Whether you were the quiet kid in the back of the class or the one running every club, you've made it here exactly as you are, and that's enough. So where are you going next, class of 2025? Keep playing your soundtrack loud. Keep adding verses no one ever heard before, and never forget where it all started right here with us. And to my fellow first-gen graduates, this moment hits different. We didn't just cross the stage for ourselves, we did it for our families, our younger siblings, and for everyone who's ever been told it couldn't be done. We're the first, but definitely not the last. Thank you.
This year's faculty speaker, selected by the class of 2025, please welcome James Graham.
To the faculty and staff, our administrative team, the members of the school board, the family and friends of our graduates, and to the class of 2025, it's my honor to speak to you tonight. Thank you. I was told that I was voted faculty speaker by this graduating class during our final rehearsal for Senior Night Live, a show I have written and directed for every graduating class since 2019. While I'm a math teacher by trade, I've always found that writing has come easy to me. So you might imagine my abject horror as I sat in front of my keyboard unable to get words to come out. It should have been easy. This class is very special to me, and there's so much I want to share. Like your freshman year when I would turn the corner of the C1 hallway to be greeted by about 50 of you trying to sign in for E-Block. Every day looked like the front doors outside of Walmart on Black Friday, which was a nice bit of foreshadowing given the chaos that reigned through the following 40 minutes. Don't worry. All of the computers, half the rolling chairs, and 3 of the walls survived. Or the crazy conversational tangents that would take over class. I taught so many of you fresh off the heels of Zoom classes, and while we learned plenty, most of you at least, we all got to experience that taste of normalcy again after a couple years of waiting. Or the joy I saw on your faces when the show came together, you finished your final dance number, and came to the realization that you did what seemed impossible earlier in the week. We've been through a lot together, and I have the memories to prove it. Sometimes, writer's block isn't due to having... Let's try that again. Writer's block isn't due to not having anything to say, but having so much to say that you have no idea how to begin. So let's begin. Today, we gather here to honor the parents and guardians of the class of 2025. You did it! Roughly 18 short years ago, you brought a child into this world and had the thought every parent has when they're handed their bundle of joy. What in the hell did I just get myself into? I don't know what I'm doing. Even if you were already a parent a couple times before, it never stops getting scary. Cries from the crib at 3 a.m. gave way to scraped knees and loose teeth and bullies and heartbreak. Do you remember the talk? You know, the talk. Let's be honest. It's really more of a conversation over a series of talks, depending on stages of development, but that didn't make it any less awkward. Do you remember the first time they got behind the wheel of your car? It feels like they just got fully potty trained last week, and now they're driving? Graduates, if you ever see a picture of your parents from years ago and wonder, when did they get so old? Now you know. A lot of that was from worrying about you. When you're a parent, all you can do is your best, and even then, you're at the mercy of luck. But you all did it. You're here, soon to be the proud parents of a high school graduate. You have ferried that tiny, helpless set of eyes that stared back at you all those years ago to the brink of adulthood. And that's why we're here today. Because as everyone knows, graduation is not for the graduates. It's for the parents. They know. That's not to take away from all the work you have done as students. You put in the necessary time and effort to complete the readings, write the essays, pass the tests, and nail the presentations throughout your time here. All valuable skills you can take with you. That, or you've mastered the craft of puppy dog eyes, artful negotiation, and a truncated course recovery process. As much as it pains me to say it, those are also skills you may find useful in the future, though I wouldn't lean on them as much. Regardless of how you got here, though, you're here now, for one final time, together. In the coming days, weeks, and months, you will all go your separate ways and forge your own paths. You will apply what you have learned here, but you will gain new knowledge along the way. Never stop learning. Wherever your path may take you, there are lessons to be learned from everyone and everything around you. It was Sir Isaac Newton who said, "If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants." You have all had giants in your life, standing tall and proud, eager to show you your path as it darts out past the horizon. The path is yours to forge, but getting to the destination is far from a solo task. In many ways, you're a melting pot of all the lessons and nuggets of wisdom that have been shared with you up until now. All of those pieces of you, the mannerisms, the quirks, the unique perspectives, were passed down through lived experiences, and with every decision you make, those people live on through you. Whether they're here with us today or left us long ago, a part of them will always be with you, and in turn, the world waits for the pieces you select to share with the rest of us. You are the arbiters of immortality. You get to decide what parts of the past have molded you into the person you are, deserve to inspire those that will follow you. Here's the tricky part. Not everyone gets a microphone and a captive audience. You're going to have to do it with your actions. Be the person you want the world to be. Never stop teaching either. Show the world what you have learned. Shout it from the rooftops if you have to, but most importantly, make sure you back it up with your actions. It might seem insignificant. After all, what can one person do? One person can inspire. One person can console. One person can be the master of their tiny little spot in the world. One person can bring levity to a tense moment. One person can be brave when everyone around them is paralyzed with fear and uncertainty. One person can demonstrate that kindness doesn't have to be weakness. Or they can point out that callousness isn't actually strength, and bluster makes a poor substitute for intelligence. One person can work hard, even if they don't have to. One person can be selfless because it's the right thing to do. As the proverb goes, society grows when old men plant trees in whose shade they shall never sit. One person might only be 1 out of 8 billion, but they can be the world to someone. You mean the world to so many people already. After all, why else would someone dress up in a stuffier than normal outfit in the middle of June, maybe smuggle in an air horn even though they were explicitly told not to, just to hear your name announced once in the middle of a 2-hour ceremony? We may all feel insignificant at times, but locally, we can be so much. We can do so much. So go. Do all the things you're meant to do. You're ready. We saw you walking in. You all seem to have an extra spring in your step. It's not your imagination. Actually, it's the new turf. We paid good money for it, and we should acknowledge it whenever we can. But feel how soft and springy it is. That newness, filled with energy, ready to pick up where its predecessor left off. That's you. The next iteration in this million-year experiment we call humanity. Much like every synthetic blade of grass, every rubber pellet doing its part, providing cushion and support when needed, being the master of their tiny place in the world. Find your place. Be the masters of your domain, whatever that turns out to be, however small or insignificant. It's yours. It'll be significant to you, and that's all that matters. So to you, the class of 2025, I congratulate you on a job well done. I wish you luck on your journey ahead. Most of all, I hope I've left enough of an impression that a little part of me is coming along for the ride. And that someday in the distant future, parts of all of you will live through the generations that follow. Congratulations, class of 2025. It's time to show the world what and who you're made of. Now let me get an air horn.
Please welcome our senior class secretary, Lucy Wang, to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lucy Huang, and I had the honor of serving as the Secretary of the Nashua High School North Class of 2025. 4 years ago, I was elected as a freshman and was unsure of how much being in student council could impact me. As each year flew by, I learned more through meeting, events, and most importantly, my classmates on what it means to be a good listener and coordinator. To the class of 2025, thank you for all the memories and laughter, the late night texts and help before the 11:59 due time, and the last minute talk on what is going to be on the test. Throughout high school, I was able to meet many people outside of the classroom. From Model UN and DAGAGA, I was able to connect with people nationwide, and it broadened my views. Thank you to my dad and grandparents for being my biggest support growing up and taking me to endless doctor appointments. And my dad, especially this year, for dismissing me when there's a sub. Thank you to all my teachers who not only challenged but also taught me the extended knowledge outside of the textbook. Today's graduation celebrates not only the end of our high school chapter, but also the beginning of our future past. Thank you to everyone for being here to celebrate our achievements. And once again, congratulations to the class of 2025.
Please welcome the senior class treasurer, Julia Saucier, to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Julia Saucier, and I'm honored to serve as the treasurer for the class of 2025. This has been an amazing 4 years, and I'm incredibly grateful to be celebrating them with you today. Tonight, we've gathered here together to celebrate an incredible milestone, not simply the culmination of our academic achievements, but the growth, resilience, and even the struggles that have shaped us along the way. Our dedication and hard work over the past 12 years have led us to this very moment. So, to the graduating seniors, congratulations. It's been a wonderful journey alongside everyone here, and it's a privilege to honor that with all of you. As I reflect on the people who have guided my experience, I'd like to name a few of the many remarkable women who have helped me pave this path. First, my mom, Jennifer Bishop, sitting just across stage, whose love and unwavering support have carried me through every chapter, and now she is watching me embark on the next one. My grandmother, Sarah Bishop, who taught me to be patient, use my wits, and to always pursue what I love with fixed determination. And lastly, Mrs. Elsperman, who has seen me at my lowest and supported me through all the challenges of high school. I'm deeply grateful for your presence at North and the impact you've had on my life and the lives of so many others. Finally, I have some words for the female graduates sitting here today. Know that you are part of an astounding community of girls at North and have an abundance of support. I want to remind you that this ceremony does not conclude the strength, compassion, and encouragement we found here. We are about to step into the world and do so as strong, resilient fighters for our future. Don't forget this accomplishment, don't minimize it, and most importantly, never underestimate yourself as a woman. I believe that you are capable of doing amazing things, and they are limitless. So speak your mind, be unapologetically yourself, and chase the future you've always wanted and have worked so hard to create thus far. Thank you, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2025.
Please welcome Senior Class Vice President Madeline Zellers to the stage.
Hello
everyone, and good evening to our teachers, faculty, family, friends, and especially to the class of 2025. My name is Madeline Zellers, and I have been the vice president of our class for 4 years, and I am truly honored to speak to you all tonight on behalf of our class. Now, to all of my fellow graduates, I will keep these parting words short and sweet. After today, we will all go forward on our own paths in life, traveling further and further apart as we go. We will move to different colleges, jobs, houses, cities, states, until each of our lives are separated but wonderful nonetheless. And that is a little bit scary. But I take comfort in knowing that at one point in our lives, even if it was just for a fleeting moment, we were here together. We walked in the same, hold on. We learned in the same classrooms, ate in the same cafeteria, and walked in the same hallways. And during this time, I have witnessed our class do incredible things, proving again and again we are ready for these next steps. And we will go forward with confidence and ambition, prepared for whatever comes our way. I'll leave you with a quote by Nora Ephron in hopes to give you the impression that even without a script, we are all ready for the next chapter of our lives. Your education is a dress rehearsal for a life that is yours to lead. Congratulations to the class of 2025.
And now, please welcome Class President Darius Smith.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the graduation of the class of 2025. I'm Darius Smith, your senior class president, and I'm truly honored to be standing here today. First off, congratulations to every single senior here. We did it. To all the family, friends, faculty, and supporters, thank you. We wouldn't be here without you. And Mom, let's both try not to cry. That would be ideal. I'll be honest, I wrote this speech 6 times and missed the due date by a little. Sorry, Mr. Burns, but I wanted to mean something. And what matters to me most is simple: the people who helped me get here. To my parents, thank you for being my foundation, and for most importantly, always feeding me. Words can't even describe how much I love you guys. Jaden, thank you for being the loving and nosy sister I needed. Isaac, thank you for being the best friend and brother I could always count on. We used to clash, but now we're almost inseparable. Can't wait to become your teammate for one last time at Bryant. Jaden, I'm beyond proud of you for being a nurse these past 2 years. And to anyone here in the medical field, please stand if you're able to be recognized. We appreciate everything you do. To my friends, thank you for the laughs. To my teammates, thank you for being that second family I could always rely on. To my teachers, thank you for teaching us, but also for your mentorship. To the lunch ladies and custodians, thank you for keeping us running. Can't forget for you bus drivers, always getting kids to school safe. Oop, that was bad. Always getting kids to school safe. Thank you. To everyone who helped us reach this moment, you may not be on this stage, but your impact is right here, in every cap, every smile, every future that's about to unfold. The second thing I want to talk about is something that's had a real impact on me: mental health. Now, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, but I don't want this conversation to be limited to just men. Mental health affects everyone. Every single one of us has thoughts, emotions, struggles, and feelings that deserve to be seen, heard, and valued. Not one of those should ever go unnoticed. This isn't meant to be a sad or heavy topic. It's meant to bring light. It's about awareness, understanding, and ultimately, compassion. Here's a powerful statistic to think about. 50% of all lifetime mental illnesses begin by age 14. That alone shows how important it is to talk about mental health early, openly, and often. So I want you to take a second and reflect. Have you ever had something weighing on you, your mind, but didn't speak up? Have you ever felt dismissed when you finally did? Or maybe you felt like a burden for simply not feeling okay? If you answered yes to any of that, you're not alone. That brings me to a phrase I try to live by: It's okay to not be okay. We all talk about the feeling of being okay, but we rarely talk about the times we aren't. And it's in those moments of silence or struggle that the conversation really needs to happen. So let's create space for those feelings. Let's normalize talking about mental health, not just in crisis, but every day, for men, for women, for everyone. You matter, your mental health matters. Let's take care of each other. Love you forever and always, Aunt Lou. As we leave this stage and step into whatever's next, let's forget what really matters: our people, our health, and our voices. Checking on your friends, checking on yourself. Keep the conversation going, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. We're more than just graduates, we're human beings trying to figure it out. So let's lead with compassion, live with intention, and make space for each other. To the class of 2025, congratulations. Let's take care of ourselves, and let's take care of each other. Thank you everyone for taking time to listen, and I wish nothing but success for you all. Thank you. One team, one family.
We now come to the moment you've all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas. I'll ask the seniors to please take their places on the stage. We'll begin with their names. And assisting me with reading names today will be our assistant principals, beginning with Jonathan Massey. Mr. Massey will begin with our students up front.
Darius Smith. Julia Saucier, who will be receiving their diploma from their mother, school board member Jennifer Bishop. Lucy Huang. Madeline Zellers. Selena Zoe. Amanda Del Alba Abreu Brea. Aiden Ackerson. Edric Alers Fernandez. Cassandra Allen. Albert Almonte. Javenna Almonte. Lillian Almonte. Milka Alvarado Munoz. Daniela Alvarado Tejada. Brianna Alves. Javon Anson. Kyron Apap. Catalina Avalos. Rafaela Barciela de Souza. Haley Battle. Tyler Bomber. Brielle Baxter. Jacob Bean. Jaden Beasley Dixon. Samantha Beaupre. Drew Bedard. Logan Belmare. Jacob Bewig. Elisa Bilota. Ian Blake. Alexa Blas. Aiden Blow. Hope Blondin. Melody Bow. Annabelle Beauvert. Savannah Booton. Julian Brissetti. Jose Luis Brambilla Morales. Logan Briggs. Elliot Brown. Tiana Brown. Caleb Buckley. Adam Bunce. Keneal Burgos. Tyler Byrne. Zachary Campbell. Zion Campbell. John Canaway. Matthew Carbonneau. Sinai Cardenas Luna. Renata Cardoza de Oliveira. Lucas Carlson. Diana Cartagena Lopez. Jose Castillo. Julia Castillo. Anthony Castro. William Castro. Jaden Ceballos. Naomi Cepeda Rodriguez. Logan Chase. Danielise Charland. Taylor Shinette. Michael Chesborough. Kyle Chim. Annalie Christian. Campbell Crispin. Zariel Cintron Armedzini. Ryder Clancy. Cameron Coro. David Cole. McKenna Colomb. Victor Consuegra. Pedro Cordero de Macedo. Bianca Correa Garmendia. Kyle Correa. Abigail Covey. Haley Crapo. Brandon Cristiano. AJ. Angelino Cruz. Andrew Cullinane. Cadence Cunningham. Kayla Dahl. Valdeci Jr. Delfior da Silva. Natalie Dang. Ariana Davila. Sanaya Davis. Caio de Almeida Braga Santos. Gabriel de Souza e Nascimento. Alyssa Deck. Angelina de Jesus. Nathan Delhantity. Kaylee Delio. Natalie Mae Demons. Ava Dennehy. Marceline de Gratias. Johanna DeFosi, who will be receiving their diploma from their aunt, Nashua North teacher, Jenny Fitzgerald. Jack DeJardins. Grace DeRochers. Felipe Diaz Caceres. Nalia Diaz Duran. I now welcome to the podium Assistant Principal Katie Claus.
Melissa Diolio. Julia Donnan. Kaylin Dorr. Joshua Dos Santos. Clara Fabia Dos Santos Vieira. Anya Downing. Diego Duarte. Leon Doobie. Molly Ducharme. Kevin Duray Arasu. Hayden Derosher. Luigi Dutra. Isabella Eggers. Kenny Daniel Elizondo Alpazar. Scarlett Elsperman. Charlotte Elizabeth Emmert. Warren Farley, whose diploma will be presented by Nashua North staff and his mother, J.J. Farley. Alan Fierro Lopez. Jaden Figueroa. Emily Fitzgerald. Jack Fitzpatrick. Colin Green. There you go, dude. Elijah Ginther. Richard Francisco. Ashley Franco. Amelia Frechette. Aiden Frobies. Edwin Garcia. Maria Garcia. Nathalia Garcia Espinal. Haziel Garcia Pina. Lillian Garland. Ryan Guerin. Rachel Gothier. Keely Geddes. Adriana Geddes Milano. Olivia Gerard. Elijah Gianelli. Ian Gillis. Yusuf Gerard. Daniel Goico Pena. Aaliyah Gomes. Ilian Gonzalez. Lila Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez Perez. Joelise Gonzalez Vasquez. Drew Goulet. Michael Gradiz Cortez. Emma Grant. Caroline Groudens. Anthony Gutierrez. Enix Haggett. Luke Harrington. Isaiah Harrison. Emmeline Haviland. Benjamin Hebert. Charlotte Henderson. Claudia Herger. Jimbel Mitchell Herrera Gill. Smith Daniela Herrera Ortiz. Emily Hidalgo. Hildebrand. Erilyn Hinchcliffe. Christopher Holland. Janvier Arancunda. Jeremiah Jackson. Isaiah Jimenez de la Cruz. Sarah Johnson. Taylor Joyle. Emery Kangas. Angelica Kasoon. Artus Kenzari. Michaela Kerrigan. Scotty King. Sachin Karup. I now welcome Leslie Anton to the podium.
Braden Lebrecht. Alex Landry. Jacob Landry. Haley Lanier. Colin Lanzara. Yahia Levina. Keegan Lee. Anna Lemieux. Ryan LePage Rodriguez. Gisela Lerma. Irma Lerma Dominguez. Haley LeVate. Tristan LeVate Grasso. Trayvon Lewis. Alexander Lindstad. Algenis Yandel Luzon Mendez. McInnes. Julia Madera. Cecilia Maldonado Arce. Sophia Malorzo. Damian Mann. Juan Marcos Mateo. Kirsten Martell. Kyle Martell. Brady Martin. Robert Martin. Wyatt Martineau. Cassidy May. Louis Mazerol. John McAllister. Eric McInnes. Aaron McNair. Alvin Josue Medina Zelaya. Destiny Medina Bennett. Alexa Melendez. Dominic Mendoza. Wellington Mercedes. Nicholas Mercier. Samuel Milani. Ariana Miller. Shamalita Binti Muhammad Yunus. Jaden Montalvo. Kimberly Morales. Casey Morning. Pearl Namada. Sebastian Navarro. Javier Newell Rosario. Kevin Nguyen. Nicholas Nguyen. Alexander Noel. Benjamin Nunez. Ashley Oliver. Jordan Oliveira. Aiden Olafson. Serenity Ortiz. Samuel Ortiz Corrado. Angelise Pagan. Caitlin Pagano. Gavin Page. Knox Palmer. Jeet Pancho. Mary Pappas. Alexander Paquin. August Paquin. Noah Pasterzik. Charles Patterson. Arielise Pena. Luis Pena Ceballos. Laura Penny. David Pereira. Isabella Perez. Leonardo Jesus Perez de Los Angeles. Roy Perez Lopez. Liam Peters. Luke Peters. Ryan Peters. Kendrick Petrovich. Angelina Pitaluga. Polove Kosoa. Mia Powers. Liliana Prentice. David Preston. Olivia Prue. Aiden, Michael, Angel. Sorry. Olivia, oh, Cameron Prunier. Sorry. Angel Michael Puello. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce Assistant Principal Andrew Conrad.
Santiago Quintero. Carlos Ramirez. Mario Ramirez. Selena Ramirez. Jorbel Ramirez Vasquez. Brandon Raymond. Eliza Reyes. Junior Reyes Rios. Domingo Reynoso. Sarah Ribeiro. Jada Rios. Ana E. Rivera. Caden Rivera. Cadence Robinson. Kamaya Robinson. Paula Rocha. Aiden Rocheville. Frankie Rodriguez. Robinson Rodriguez. Yaz Elizabeth Rodriguez. Carlos Rodriguez Cigaran. Alize Roy Cortez. Christopher Rollins. Will Carey Rosa Marte. Nora Ross. Alexandra Rossetti. Irene Rubesh. Michaela Ruiz. Valeria Ruiz Camacho. Susan Sanchez Morale. Peyton Sanders. Robert Sanders. Nathan Santos. Zed Soccer. Mason Sarter. Camden Scorpa. Preston Scott. Skylin Scott. Kai Suhawk Thomas. Patrick Shaw. Riley Shaw. Shay. Brody Seiss. Santiago Sierra. Darley Sierra Medrano. Cameron Silva. Christina Silva. Clarice Silva Manice. Gianna Silveria. Demetrius Silvestri. Kaylee Simons. Jazzy. Jasmine Smith. Lainey Smith. Meredith Smith. Nadia Smith. Yassine Solomon. Michael Soto. Nevaeh Spencer. Morgan Spicer. Serena Spira Savet. Naveen Shribala Heron. Logan Saint Hilaire. Ibuka Stanley. Ellison Stefuk. Maya Steinmetz. Olivia Stone. Brooks Suarez. Catalina Suarez. Austin Suchecki. Karina Tawar. Janice Tavares. Lillian Taylor. Janelle Thomas. Madison Thomas. Sky Thorne. Stephen Toomey. Sandra Esmeralda Tormos. Annabelle Torrens. Xavier Torres. Kiara Trinidad Torres. Christopher Tyree. Lorenzo Ulari. Amanda Uloa. Jettison Yulon. Aiden Valcourt. Zabrea Valorand. Logan Vanderveer. Cassandra Vargas Galvez. Ruben Vasquez. Haley Vasquez. Ashley Vasquez Acevedo. Aaliyah Velez. JD Velez de Jesus. Shania Vamaldalal. Cheryl Vamaldalal. Aiden Vanetti. Morgan Vitale. Aiden Walker. Connor Walker. Rory Walker. Olivia Weibel. Genevieve West. Brian Wheeler. Laura White. Patrick Hooley. Shay Whitfeld. Maeve Willett. Shamel Williams, being presented his diploma by mother and school board member Shawanda Daniels Williams. Jasmine Wright. Madison Wunsch. Nadia Yanuskevich. Hazel Zavala Sereno. Patrick Zelenis. Maya Zabolis.
At this time, I ask that all staff please take your position to prepare for the graduates recessional. Seniors, please stand together as a class one last time. By the authority vested in me by the Superintendent and the Nashua Board of Education, I proudly confirm and recognize you as graduates of Nashua High School North. Graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left, symbolizing the end of one chapter and the beginning of the next. As you walk past the faculty and staff lining your path today, take a moment to think back to your very first day at North, how far you've come, how much you've grown, and the impact you've had on this community. Family and friends, I now present to you the Nashua High School North class of 2025. Congratulations, class of 25. We are so proud of you.
Things are going great, and the only Stadium.